Well, here we go. I've managed to slave out the rest of the trainers on Route 209, 210, and 215, so now I get to speed it up and ramble a little bit over it. The reason I had to do this in the morning was because you could only fight the joggers in the morning, and I wanted to get those out of the way just to get a little bit of extra cash and a little bit of extra experience. You'll notice in the team I've got here, I've got both Spearmint as well as Rampart, because those two still need to be evolved through level up. Rampart will get there first. He evolves at 36. Spearmint will take a little bit of a while, and so you're probably only going to see Spearmint in this section of the segment. Once I actually start recording live commentary, I'll probably have it out of the team, just give it a bit of a break and sit out for a little bit, because it doesn't evolve until 40, so I don't have to really sit it on the team until it gets to 40 and is a bit of a show off like Bertha ends up being here. So in the meantime, I'm going to be talking about my playthrough of Pokemon Ultra Sun, which is the next one in line, and there's not much else I can really... There's not a whole lot I can really say about Ultra Sun. It's basically just an enhanced version of Sun that people for some reason seem to think is objectively worse than the original Sun, just because it didn't really do a whole lot to change like stuff up from Sun, and I'm just like, I don't really understand the logic under that. I think Ultra Sun is just better. It's just got some really cool features. The Mantine Surf is probably my favorite of the new features in Ultra Sun and Moon. I think that's just kind of a cool little mini game. And the Ultra Warp Ride, it's not exactly everybody's cup of tea, but I kind of enjoyed it, and I thought it was pretty okay. I give them credit for at least giving it a shot and trying to expand upon the whole Ultra Space thing, which I was very much interested in. It's probably just because of the fact that it kind of reminds me a bit of Metroid and just going to other worlds, kind of like in Prime 3, where you would just go to other planets, and I just kind of got that vibe from it, which is probably why I'm a bit partial towards it. But besides that, no real goals or anything like that on this playthrough, so I'm just going to go straight into my team here. Again, didn't use any starters because I didn't really need to. A lot of these were brought in as eggs, but the first team member I'm talking about here I did catch just in the wild. I went and used a Sheonotic, which is the Gen 7 mushroom. It's a grass and fairy type, if the name is unfamiliar to you. I named this thing Morchella after the Morchella mushroom from RuneScape 3. It was basically there to just be slow, but it had access to Spore, so it was a guaranteed, hit with a sleep move, and then it just had some dual stabs and stuff like that, so it was pretty effective. From there I used an Alolan Marowak. I've been interested in using this. I actually managed to raise a competitive one on a Trick Room team before raising this one for the playthrough, so I had an idea of how good it was. This one I named Clara. I named it after the skeleton NPC that you come across in Ukulele. And it was about as effective as you'd expect. It's got some nice stabs, it's got some nice type coverage as well, just because of its Cantonian form having access to ground moves. So that was pretty good. I then used I actually forgot the name of this freaking thing. Araquanid, that's the one. I used an Araquanid. I named this thing Spootabubs because I look at this thing and I immediately think of Bubs from Homestar Runner. And so since it's like a spider thing, I decided to call it Spootabubs. It was pretty cool. Again, it was kind of slow. These first three team members are a little bit on the slow side, but they do a pretty good job otherwise. This thing, it has basically one less weakness because of, I think it's actually immune to fire. I can't remember. It had that water bubble thing, which I think reduced the damage it took from fire attacks. I think I might be confusing it with the ability on the card, which literally makes it take no damage from fire attacks. But it was pretty good. I think it had stabs, obviously, and then I think it had some other type coverage moves. I then used the event Rockruff, which I evolved into Dusk form Lycanroc. I named this thing Usum Doge, which is a really stupid name, but I thought it was kind of somewhat creative. It is a Doge. I called it Usum, as in U space sum, S-U-M, just because when people describe Ultra Sun and Moon, they can shorten it to USUM, And so, because this was a form exclusive to Ultra Sun and Moon, I just called it Yusum Goj. It was dumb. I think it had its Lycanroc like Z crystal for the most part for the longest time, but then I think I gave it the regular Rock EMZ or something like that. I can't quite remember. I think it was I needed the Lycanroc Z crystal when it got Stone Edge, but then I replaced Stone Edge with Accelerock, and so it was the Lycanroc Z crystal was just completely useless there. So moving on, I came up with probably the greatest nickname ever for this Hitmonchan. This is one of the ones I got sent in as an egg. I think this and the last member of the team were the only 2 eggs. But this one I sent in as an egg, evolved it into a Hitmonchan, gave it the usual Hitmonchan moveset, just a couple of elemental punches. I think I had Bullet Punch on it. It's funny I'm talking about Hitmonchan as I one-shot one that's owned by a dude here. But I named this one Fuck Knuckle. You might be wondering how I managed to get Fuck Knuckle past the, like, profanity filter that's built into later generation games. It's literally because I had it start with a PH instead of an F. So it is spelt PH Uck Knuckle. So it ends with the KEL instead of KLE. That is still probably the greatest nickname I've ever come up with for anything. The reference for it came from this this image I found years and years ago on the internet called Maharishi Fuck Knuckles Guide to Zen. I thought it was probably one of the most hilarious things ever. And just the last name of Fuck Knuckle, I knew I had to use this somewhere. And why not just use it on a Pokemon that punches? Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense. And then lastly, I used a Drampa. This one again came in through an egg because you don't get it until really, really late in the game otherwise. I named it Perry Saturn. The reason for that is because Perry Saturn is a wrestler. He had a pretty shitty run in WWE, which involved an angle where he became romantically involved with a mop. And as soon as I saw Drampa for the first time, I immediately thought this thing looks kind of like a mop. So I named it Perry Saturn in reference to that angle. So that's about it. I think Perry Saturn just was the special attacker of the team. That was about all I had to really say on that regard. But there's a cut you'll notice right there because these last 2 trainers on this route, I fought them twice in double battle format and I lost both times. I think these two have been known across the Pokemon community for being some of the more difficult, just generic trainers. I remember actually losing to these 2 in my first ever Gen 4 playthrough back in 2007. I started with Diamond and I lost to them once. Here I got beat by them twice, and so for my successful attempt, I basically decided, fuck it, I'm not fighting them at the same time, I'm going to fight them one at a time. So, on one side of the board, we have a freaking Gardevoir right here, coming in, following on from the Lickitung that was quite tanky, until I decided to go and switch my team out and bring Dick Kicker to smash it with a high jump kick. And then this Roserade, for some stupid reason, is just infinitely faster than everything on my fucking team, and I have absolutely no idea why. Because it doesn't have any changes to its stats. So this Roserade should not be all that fast. Like, what is Roserade's base speed? That's like the big question I have here now. So I'm looking this up on screen, even though I've got like maybe 3 minutes left to talk over here, and I've just beaten the first of those 2 trainers. And then I get to take on the second one, who just, lo and behold, is actually even more difficult. Yeah, the Gligar is not a huge issue, because I go in with the Icy Wind here. It comes close to being knocked out, and then I just Ice Shot it. It actually kind of depresses me now that I think about it, that I gave that thing special attack effort values, and it still failed to knock out a Gligar, which it hit for quad weakness, which is really, really bad. So here I had to basically use Spearmint as death fodder so I could get Knit Roast back up so I can knock this Drifblim out quickly. This does not work out because it uses Amnesia. I fail to KO it in 2 hits as a result. And then Speed Tie. It gets the rub of the green on the Speed Tie with a special defense drop, and Drifblim succeeds in knocking Roast out anyway. which was very, very annoying. So I had to get something that was quick enough to outspeed it and KO it from there. Now, here comes the bad part. Gyarados. This thing, the only reason I actually beat this thing, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, is literally just because I had a full restore. Like, no kidding. That's literally the only reason I had it there. Because Dick Kicking wasn't going to do anything to this thing besides a fake out, unless I decided to go with a Mark Punch, which wasn't going to do much because it was part flying. And then here's the part where I had to go into Jaeger. I had to switch out into Rampart so it could tank a bounce. And then I had to heal Jaeger up and hopefully get up a Reflect and just use that to tank enough to kill this Gyarados. Yeah, I'm just going to shut up here and let you see how this ends up playing out. Yeah. So yeah, there's the full restore. Where Reflect wears off, so I have to tank with 2 HP, and I succeed. Everything else is dead. Jaeger had 2 HP, goes up to 4 with the level up, and that is how I managed to scrape my way out of that fight. It was absolutely horrible. So yeah, that was my journey through Route 215. And to think that you were thinking that there wasn't going to be a catching haul in this segment. Well, haha, I have fooled you. The cinnamon was actually basil. Wait, you're holding a potion. That's probably because you have pickup. Yeah, I recorded myself catching these just in case I found a shiny, because I'm paranoid again. But yeah, there you go. That's all the stuff I needed to pick up from Route 215. This is all regular encounter stuff. That's your Poké Radar. That's the one thing on the honey tree that I needed to pick up. So that's about it. So now, since Bertha kind of was a bit of a show-off in the sped-up chunk of the video and is now level 37, I figured I might as well just take my 6 lowest leveled Pokemon. I think there's actually a few 34s in the PC, but the only reason I've got Rampart with me is because he's literally 1 level away from evolving. I guess I might as well get some experience for him in that case by taking on these reporters. Or this reporter and also cameraman. I'll put Ms. Roast up the front because he's going to gain a level once we're... Yeah, sure. Let's work this out. This is just in case it's a double battle. Yeah, there it is. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Didn't we fight you, like, in Eterna City or something? Pretty sure this is literally the same battle. Okay. In which case, let me actually draw on the Magneton. I would like to try to be faster than the Curlier and just knock that thing out with a Shadow Ball. In case the thing's got Magical Leaf or something. Gee, thanks. That's brilliant. I was basically punished either way. Fucking god damn it. Okay, that was actually kind of bullshit. I feel a bit bad now, but whatever. So, since Mint Roast got level up there, I'm gonna put him out of the team, see if there's any other level 34s that I could throw into the team here. I'm tempted to go Spearmint, but I want to keep Illison in there, so I guess we'll give Tidal a shot, why not? I'm a bit concerned about the makeup of my team, though, considering I don't have a electric or a fire user on the team anymore, but whatever. I'm not going to blow up too much about that. I did heal, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're just going to go and have a bit of a bowl around the place. There might be another battle that I am, like, not forced into, but will probably force myself into anyway. There's the meteorites. We'll be messing about with those later on in the playthrough. As you might expect, they will tie into Deoxys. I guess what I'm looking for now is just some items that I can pick up. Dark Pulse, that's the pretty okay move. I don't really plan on giving it to Pompoda though. I want to see if there's anything on my team that right now that can actually learn that. I also got to remember what stuff I picked up in the sped up section. I know I picked up a life orb, and that's a pretty okay item to have. It boosts the power of all of your moves, but it does cost you in some HP damage every turn. There's the game corner. I might as well go and have a look in here, because there's a few like useful things that you can get from the game corner in this, so it's actually not a terrible idea to come in here and do something. Oh, hang on. Where actually do you get the prizes? Oh, hang on. Don't think I didn't notice you, you jackass. Oh, good. So there's Team Galactic ripping the rockets off again with their own shtick in regards to gambling. Is there actually a separate building where you exchange coins for stuff? Oh, hi. No, you're not gonna fight me. No. Don't. Oh, hello. Crash a wank. I'm just gonna continue to call him Crash a wank for no reason. Guy's such a weirdo. Yeah. Good. Introduces himself and then immediately says, "We'll meet again." That's pretty good. Another item that's going to annoy me that I can't reach because I need rock climb for it. I don't think it's anything like significant though, so whatever. What's this? Oh, okay, here's the prize exchange. It's really otherwise an unmarked building. It's no different from any of the other buildings in this place. I mean, it's really just a generic building. So, anyhow, you can exchange your coins for stuff like the King's Rock, Metal Coat, those sorts of evolution items. And then there's just a bunch of other items that you can grab as well. So if I want to get maybe another expert belt, another muscle band, then I just got to grab myself 1,000 coins. That being said, 1,000 polka dollars for 50 coins, 2,000. That's 20. Yeah, I think that's about 20 grand. I think. Yeah, it's 20 grand. Yeah, it's 20 grand. Not really too keen on spending that much, if I'm going to be brutally honest. So, a few things that I need to pick up from in here. And I would like to, okay, there you go, thanks. I want to talk to everybody in here, because there's a couple of things I will find myself collecting here that are relevant to my interests. Is there a shop here? I feel like there should be a shop here. Actually, yeah, here it is. Yeah. Okay, so that's just got healing items and stuff like that. There's a building back on Route 210. I think those sell, what do you call it? I'm pretty sure those sell Moo Milks, so I probably should have gone back there and gotten myself a bunch of those, but I'm not going to fuss over too much. What's in the basement? Start down there. Uh-oh. Okay. What's all this then? Oh, good. Yeah, sure. The food and produce section. Rightio. So this is basically a supermarket. Rage candy bars. Okay. Lava cookies. You know what? I'm actually going to get some of these. Because lava cookies are the old Gateau, but for the Hoenn region. They are the full heal of that region. So. Oh, good. Greedy little bastard. 200 apiece certainly beats the crap out of 600 apiece for the full heals. What are these? Okay, so these are like the good healing but can't cause confusion berries. They only cause confusion if the Pokemon doesn't like the flavor. And you can easily look that up just by having a look at its nature. Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of in that boat, but it's literally just because the frickin' touchscreen on this on the emulator is a bit shite. Yellow. Well, I don't. Okay, so this is the drugstore basically. Yeah, that sounds about right. There is no reason whatsoever to buy shit from the drugstore, since you can just EV train at the daycare. So that's pretty much useless. The counter up. Yeah, that's good. And what do you have to sell? Nothing, because you're like... Every single floor actually has a receptionist. That seems kind of dumb if you ask me. Wait, what was it? Secrets in... Okay, how exactly am I going to be able to read your mail? Good. Okay, stones. 2100 apiece for the evolution ones. Hard stone. I have no idea why you're selling this. This is really stupid. Everstone, that's nice if you don't want to go into the underground and grab one. I think I've got like 3 of them, so I don't need any of them. And here's all the other evolution stones, which I found that I'm going to need a fair number of these, because there are not a lot of stone evolutions that can be encountered in the wild in this game. I know Clefable is one of them. I think Cloyster and Starmie are a couple of others, but there's not very many of them that are in the wild, so I will have to evolve up a majority of those. Haven't gotten any of the items that I was looking for, though. Yeah, good. Go all Banjo-Kazooie about it, why don't ya? Oh, good, this is the, secret-based decoration floor, I guess. Yep. A fridge is always nice, but, I think the description says that it was only a display one. So, yeah, that one sucks. Yep, that's, somewhat intelligent. Makes sense. Besides the fact that, I'm incredibly anal about using... about the types of ball that I use. I wish I could grab like 20 of these at once, because the lemonade's another useful healing item that I can get some use out of. Sticky barb. That's lovely and everything, but I thought that there was something else that I wanted to grab here. Cool. Okay, that's lovely. Okay, so I guess we're just going to save the best for last. This is Bertha of the Elite Four, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly throw a save state here in case she decides she wants to scrap. Hello. Okay. Cool. Alright, well... There's still one thing I've kind of wanted to pick up in here, but I'm more than happy to have the Earthquake TM. That's never actually a bad thing. But, where was the other... Oh, it wasn't even in this building at all. It was in the Pokemon Center. God damn it. It's fine, though. I'm not going to blow up too much about it. Probably not going to go and bowl around in the gym. I might go and explore the route south of this city once I'm done grabbing the things that I want. That's cool. Should probably get some kind of healing item though, shouldn't I? Nah, it's fine. Don't really need it. Okay, somebody in this Pokemon Center has an item that is very much relevant to my interests. It is not you. Ah, shit. Okay, I guess I threw a save state for a good reason there. Yeah. Let's hope that this does not go down horribly, because I kind of want to beat this guy. Well, he's only got 4. Also, Nils, that's a pretty good name. Well, that doesn't seem too threatening, but the thing's probably got Aqua Tail. And also, I forgot to put Earthquake on this thing. Shite. Do you have Aqua Tail? Yeah, you've got Aqua Tail. Alright, rip. In that case, Tidal. My own dragon in the making has got Aurora Beam. And you've got Thunderbolt. That's pretty good. Oh boy, Kingdra. I don't even have a Dragon move to deal with this thing. So I'm going to have to deal with it some other way. Nice to see that there is a glimpse into the future. Oh, I've got Dazzling Gleam. What the shit? Forgets that the Fairy type is in this game. Rep. Shelgon. I could deal with Shelgon by just smashing into it with a physical attack, so let's give Dick Kickham a shot here. Fake out, high jump kick. Zen headbutt to the face. Night Slash. Rip. And then Vibrava. An ice move would be lovely to kill this thing with Tidal, so can I outspeed? I outspeed, but I still failed to get the knockout. Oh, no, that's because it's not ground anymore. Yeah, that's another type change thing. The Vibrava, or like Trapage, Vibrava, Flygon line, whatever you want to call it, is actually part bug now instead of ground. So yeah, that's why I wanted to get rid of this guy, because he gives you a Dragon Scale, so I can now evolve my own Seadra. So quick heal, because we don't want to evolve the thing when it's dead. And go all the way down here. I should probably just quickly look at the movesets here. Where is Seadra? What does it get? Dragon Pulse in 1 level's time. I'm pretty sure this level up move pool is exactly the same between the two forms. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. So, no hesitation left. Time to evolve. Now, I remember the last time I tried to use a Kingdra in my failed Blaze Black 2 playthrough, I actually did get it up to Kingdra level. So, I did have a bit of a taste of what using a Kingdra would be like. But I guess here I'm in it for the long haul now, since I don't see myself dropping this playthrough anytime soon. Even though sometimes I have felt like I was pretty close to burning out on this game. Like, recording that sped up section at the start of the segment was pretty rough. If I had to be honest, it was a bit suckish, but whatever. Don't know why I healed there. I guess let's have a look at the stats on this thing. Modest is absolutely beautiful on this thing. And according to the level up move pool, it gets Dragon Pulse in 1 level's time, so that's going to be really, really nice to have. Speaking of upgrading moves, should probably put Earthquake on Rampart now. Over the top of Drill Run, very easy as you like. Do I want to put Earthquake on Dick Kick him? Doesn't really benefit it. Yeah, it doesn't really benefit it all that much, so I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna put Bulk Up on though over Rapid Spin, because I just do not. I imagine I just do this and then I go up against Melee next segment and she's just starting to lay down rocks. That's gonna be depressing as shit. What's this? Star Piece. That's some more money. These two block me, don't they? Yeah. I believe the Fly HM is inside that building, but I think I have to knock over Maylene first. So, I might off-screen go and do some more grinding back at the daycare center. But I think all that's left to do is to explore these last couple of buildings and see if there's anything worthwhile in here. I think one of the trainers, the NPCs in here, like, give you a Porygon in the regular game. So, I doubt that that's going to be the norm in this hack, since you got it from the Galactic Eterna building, but you could. It could be different. Oh, hang on, is that the... That might actually be the Dubious Disc. Okay, that's kind of cool, I suppose. Rightio. So, I guess just for the shits and gigs... Okay, hang on, where else can I get an upgrade? That'll kind of determine whether or not I use this Dubious Disc now. Next place I can get them is in Snow Point City. That's not for a while. I'll hold on to it for the time being. I have no real reason to evolve the Porygon 2. I'll just go and grab another Porygon at some point in the future and worry about that later. Yeah, I said I was gonna... Actually, there is one thing that I want to do down in this part of the region, and that is... Oh, shit. Probably don't have a choice, so screw it. Let's put Tidal up front and test it out. I think this Psychic used to be like a PI in the Diamond and Pearl, which I think in and of itself was supposed to be a gambler, I think. But this is the point in the series where the whole gambling thing started to get phased out. Rip. I'm quite enjoying the crits, especially on Curlier. Alright, so there's Dragon Pulse. That's a direct upgrade if ever I saw one. And I guess I'll pull Tidal back out so I can knock this Giraffe out with something else. Illison sounds like a good idea. Get up a Sword Stance. Oh good, Magic Coat. That was totally going to be useful. Oh, Leaf Blade. Okay. 90, 100, 80, 100. Easy. Easy as you'd like. I think Leaf Blade is like... It started off, I think, as a signature move for Grovyle and Sceptile, and then just a bunch of other Pokemon started to be able to learn it. And so now it's basically just the trademark move of... speaking of Dragon Pulse, it was the trademark move of just anything that's physical that could probably learn it. Yeah, I might as well just bowl around in here with without a repel, because I think there are some Pokemon in here that I need to pick up. If I come across any of those on the way through, then I might just quickly snap all those up. I think the only thing that's even in here that's relevant to my interest is like Hippopotas. Oh no, Ditto. Okay, that's interesting. I guess go into Suricate, Crush Claw. Oh, just barely held on. Okay. That Ditto will be useful a little bit later on. I can drop... I can actually just drop that off with the Manaphy and get Fion now. So, I mentioned in the description of the previous segment, as well as in the title and the thumbnail of the previous segment, that I wasn't actually going up into the that little decidedly inaccessible ledge up here in Solaceon Ruins, but the reason for that is because in the base game you need the 26 letters of unknown in order to get it, but it's open for free in the hack. Should have really expected that to be a thing, but at the same time, just like, yeah. It's not like there's much that you can get out of the deal here. Question mark, exclamation point, indicates that those are the 2 unknown forms you can get in this particular room. You're supposed to, like, unlock them by getting the other 26 forms, but here, obviously, you can get them immediately. Dugtrio. I can't switch out, can I? Because I'm pretty sure this thing has Arena Trap, so I guess we're just going to try to... I mean, we could let that happen. That works just as well. Fake Out. And I guess just try to catch this thing. It's going to be obnoxious. Also, this Dugtrio does not have angry faces. I remember Dugtrio, like, at the start of the series had, like, angry faces on them, but now they're just regular Dugtrio. Now they're just regular Digletts, except that there's 3 of them. Good, good RNG there. On both sides of the spectrum, honestly, because on top of actually completely failing to catch this thing, it's got a burn off there. Can you just get in the ball, please? This is getting a bit bullshit. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. It swept half my fucking team before I was able to catch it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me just make sure there's, what else is in there that I need to grab? Oh. Okay, so Dugtrio was the 5%. I still have to get Loudred and Hippopotas. Yeah, I'll just get those off screen. I'll get one of them off screen, because here's the other one. Maybe this one won't be as obnoxious to catch. Thank you. I guess I might as well try to find a Hippopotas. There we go. Gotta love how things work out like that. Oh boy. I can't... Yeah, I can't actually throw a ball this time around. Shit. I don't even have any healing items. Okay, do I just Sword Stance? It sucks because I'm not going to be able to quick attack again because I'm going to knock it out. Stop with the dig, please. Can you just get in the ball? Stop with the... Why is it keep spamming dig? Why is it keep spamming dig? What? Just get in the ball. Just get in the ball. Just get in the ball. I'm like really fucking close to whiting out here. Or blacking out. Whichever one. Like that's really fucking bad. I'm blowing revives just to catch this stupid thing. Get Illison back up and at least resists. So, very much regretting my decision to take Grass Whistle off of Illison here. because it would have come in very handy. Oh, for God's sake. Using another thing. This is getting a bit bullshit. And I've only got 6 balls left. Thank you. You piece of fucking shit. I hate you. Hippopotas is kind of dumb and, like, adorable in that regard, but no, it can go fuck itself now. That's what we're ending the segment with. Hippopotas can go fuck itself. Stupid. Fucking. Dang. End of segment.